the focus might not be anymore about, I want to be the best whacker in the world, or I want to be better than this person or that person or win. It might become like, no, I have this one thing I want to work on, and I'm going to use whacking to work on it. And it doesn't matter if I win a battle or not, because what it will transform in me is way more valuable than any validation you would get from outside. Understanding disco music and the value it holds. Yes, I think this is very important because a lot of us, I include myself, in the new generation that were not born in the disco era, it is sometimes hard to connect to the music. But I do believe that it's important to find a connection because no disco, no whacking. So it is because disco made the move like that whacking exists. And we ultimately now like the dance and the spirit of it. So then somewhere we do like disco. We just don't know how. So disco music, my interpretation of it is very interesting because you have these stories a lot of the time. It's very storytelling, cinematographic, of people, often women, often Black women, talking about a struggle to be loved or love the way they want, or just receive love, accept love, trouble in their relationship, trouble with their self-love, and it's very deep. And when you start listening to the lyrics, you start understanding what kind of people or what were the struggles of people back then. And if you can connect with that, then already for me, I do connect with like, okay, the struggle of love, of just figuring out this idea of love. And then what's very interesting is that on the other side, the musically, it's very up-tempo and very intricate, many layers, and it seems a bit more on the happy side. So I find the duality of a lot, not all of them, of disco music is that kind of depth, reflection about love with the up-tempo music. So sometimes it's a bit a struggle to know where to stand. Do I go in the deepness, the darkness, or do I go into the up-tempo, uplifting? What I believe is that we all have things that we want to work on about love. Self-love, love with other people, love our bodies, just our sensuality, whatever it is. And then you go to the club with this thing or struggle, and your goal is to uplift yourself. So yeah, maybe you might start with a struggle, but your goal is to be uplifted and freed by dancing, by connecting to this music. So I think that for me, the value in disco is to acknowledge the heaviness of life, but also wanting to get out of it and wanting to like bloom and wanting to be like, I want to be better, I want to be more confident, I want to be that. So I would say if you struggle connecting with disco music and really understanding its value, then really study it deeply. So look at the lyrics, look at the people back then, and then try to see where these things also connect with you, because I'm sure you will find answers. And then actually listen to the music and see, can that music like hold me and uplift me? Like if I had a really bad day and I listen to this song, can I find a connection to feel empowered, to uplift myself to the better me that I want to be? So that's what I think disco taught me, is that no matter how life can be, how much struggle you can have, you can always uplift yourself and you can always empower yourself and learn more about love, love with yourself, love with others, and just fight through all this and just like try to uplift yourself and everyone around you as well. But sometimes you gotta go in and try to find the path out. So I hope that helps you, and please let me know what did you find that you connect with disco. I'm sure there's plenty other answers, but I wanted to share at least my perspective on the question. The hardest part of my journey has been erasing the negative narrative that my childhood environment conditioned me to believe and follow the natural joy that comes from expressing and being vulnerable with strangers. Although I get discouraged at times, it's a constant effort to pour good things back into my soul and mind. I love this dance so much. Thank you for sharing. That's already very vulnerable. I think I want to question the word erase. I understand maybe like correct, or I think this dance is to express your life. So if your life has been conditioned by something, you can use that story to express. And then the idea is to transform that energy through dance and then be freed of it. So I wouldn't say erased. I would actually maybe think of, if let's say you've been conditioned, let's say to believe that you have to stay small and not take too much space and not attract too much attention. So that could be one of the stories of your dancing. You can have many stories in your dance, but maybe that's one of the stories. The stories could be like, I've been taught to be small, but actually I want to take space. I want people to see me. I deserve to be seen. And then by just first acknowledging that it exists while you dance, and then use dance to express that, and use dance to transform that into what you want. It might not take one freestyle of 1 minute or 1 day or 1 month. It might be a journey, but that's why I'm saying Waacking is a journey, because you start from somewhere and you know where you want to go. And there's seasons. Maybe your first journey is about, hey, I just want to be able to take space. That's a beautiful focus. And then you focus on that for a month, and it's your personal journey that other people are allowed to see. So I would say to practice to transform the stories that you've been taught that you want to get freed of, and use dance to free them up. And once you feel free of that one, let's say, thing you're thinking about, then there's always something else to work on. And that's why I think street dance or even Waacking is wonderful, because it's not set, because it's a freestyle, you get to always retransform it, relearn it, change your style over and over again, change your AKA, change your name, change your look, depending on what is your journey at that moment. So I know it may be hard to be like, okay, yeah, I have these limitations because of the conditioning, but actually use that to be the source, or like just the depth of your dance. And then the focus might not be anymore about, I want to be the best whacker in the world, or I want to be better than this person or that person, or win. It might become like, no, I have this one thing I want to work on, and I'm going to use Waacking to work on it. And it doesn't matter if I win a battle or not, because what it will transform in me is way more valuable than any validation you would get from outside. So that would be what I would tell you. Thank you. That was really, really insightful. I really loved reading all of your comments, and I feel like we can discuss, and sometimes just discussing opens up our minds a bit, and we go back to our training a bit different, we go back dancing a bit differently. And I hope that what I shared helped you start a discussion, and I would just encourage, don't be shy to talk about these things with your friends, you know, with your mentors, with your colleagues, and talking sometimes can solve some of our little issues while we train. It just needs to get out, and even if we don't have an answer, just writing it might be already good. So thank you for sharing, and I hope that you enjoy the discussions we had. And if you like this and you want me to continue to share these thoughts, this knowledge, please subscribe and join the community of Waacking that wants to grow and learn together. So if you like this content, please subscribe, share, like, and I'll keep sharing more info. That was not a good ending. Yeah, I don't know what to say. It was a little hard. Make sure you subscribe and like, and just share with anybody